Hey Soul Tribe, Tracy here with Sweet Spot e-magazine. Thank you so very much for the likes, shares, views, subscribes, the comments, the donations in all different forms, memberships, everything. I appreciate it all. Let's ring the bell. Let's go ahead and clear out the energy, and then we'll see what the message the Spirit has for us. Someone is aware that if they want to get this relationship back on track, or if they want to do something, they're going to have to step up to the plate and do it. I feel like somebody has been not watching you as in stalking you, watching you, but checking you out. Hey, Marcia, I feel like somebody's been kind of looking at you to see, checking your temperature. That's the best way to put it. Somebody's been checking your temperature, and they know that if they want to try to make amends, they are going to have to do it. If they wait on you, they know they're going to be waiting forever. I feel like you're feeling like, I didn't mess this up. I'm not going to fix it. Hey, Rain C. Hey, Robert. Bottom of the deck, this Page of Pentacles. Somebody knows they have to make something right, because everything is clear now. They're well aware of it. They know. They can't even act like they don't know. Especially if they want to get this right, they want to get this back on track. They know they're going to have to be the one to start this wheel turning again. Somebody's had some time to do this thinking. They've had some time to go within. They've had some time to really look at themselves. Not just look at themselves, but also look at this relationship and to figure out what it really means to them. They know that, you know what? They should have never said your name in vain. They should have never said anything ignorant, anything bad, anything that they really in their heart didn't mean about you, especially to somebody else that was outside of your relationship. They know they should not have even worked with anybody else. They should have come directly to you. If they had an issue with you, they should have talked to you. Now this person, they're not too sure of themselves. See, before they was walking around, they was all cocky, thinking that they just wore the big draws. But now they're not too sure. They don't feel as cocky. Because you know what? A whole lot of shit has taken place from the last time you spoke to this person to today. Not just a tower, a few towers have crumbled down. Somebody, they feel left out in the cold because you're not there to give them that love. And now they realize they can't just go out and find this feeling, this love, this commitment, the commitment from anybody. That's what they realize. And now that they look back on everything, how much stress they caused you, they realize they was working with the wrong people. It's like they was thinking that you was going to come to them. It's like they had this idea, and I feel like these were other people that they was listening to, that you was going to come to them, for them just to hold their ground, and you'll come around. But you know what? You left, and that was that. You didn't even have anything to say because your sword is pointing towards the ground. You just left, and that was that. See, I feel like spirit carried you forward quickly because even spirit was tired of this person's games and shenanigans and the shit that they thought was so appropriate at that time, but now they see that was ignorant. You know, it's like I said, this person, they thought that you was going to send a message to them, but they didn't know that you wasn't going to send nothing. You was standing your ground. You was putting your foot down. You said, "Oh, okay, that's how you feel. I'm gonna let you stand just in those feelings." They made this person. You made them stand on it. Whatever they said, they had to stand on it. Now this person is realizing that they're gonna have to come towards you, even if this person has to travel far. Even if this person has to travel around the world, this person wants to come and they want to balance this out because they know that they messed up. Hey, J Mike, how are you? See, this person, they was going around. Somebody was telling people that you was lying when you was really telling the truth. Or they was lying about you. And the things that they lied about, they was playing a dangerous game. Hey, baby Yoda. They was playing a very dangerous game. I feel like somebody was saying some shit about you that could have got you hurt. Because like let's just say that they was making up some shit, about you having to do with some inappropriate actions, whether it was towards kids or something crazy like that. That shit could have got you hurt. And this person is realizing that now, whenever there were so many people that wanted to see you fail, they wanted to hurt you. Now they realizing what they've done. Hey, Addie. Like this person could have they could have lied and made up some lie that or whatever. Now they realizing how they was acting really stupid, really ignorant, really immature. And this is why you're not going towards them for shit. Hey, Maserati, Aldo. This is why, what, you struck out on your own because your intuition was telling you to go on your own. Your intuition told you was going to make it. You didn't need this person, and they know that. They know that. See, everybody's looking at this person now like they was just being really immature. Hey, Lilo, how are you? But really, this person was playing a dangerous game at your expense. This is why you're not going towards them. This person is facing judgment. Not just judgment from you, not just judgment from God, but they facing judgment from everybody. Because the truth has come out. This person, like I said, they made up these fictitious ass, bullshit ass lies about you. And the more people look at you, the more they look at that motherfucker and they say, they was lying. They're giving that person the side eye. Because they know this person was lying. See, this person, they thought that they was going to be able to start all over. And they was going to find somebody that loved them just like you. No. They met up with somebody who was going to try and trick them. They met up with somebody who's going to try and take them out. They met up with somebody who was lying about them just like they was lying about you. It wasn't until that, well, who they actually met up with, that's when they realized what they've done. Because it wasn't until somebody else was lying about them, saying this stupid shit about them, shit that wasn't even true, shit that could have got them hurt. I feel like somebody almost did get into a scuffle. Hey, Patrick. Hey, Judah. Had to defend themselves. That's whenever they thought about you. How you could have just been minding your own business, walking down the street, driving your own vehicle, and somebody say, "Oh, there go that bitch right there. There go that mother trucker right there," and pull out a pew pew and pew pew you, whenever you didn't even do anything. See, people play stupid games. It's the immature people that play these stupid ass games. Hey, baby Yoda. Because they thinking that they looking for they chasing some type of clout. They want to appear to be a certain way. They looking for some type of sympathy. But they really didn't realize putting you at danger was not going to get them the sympathy that they wanted. Somebody now, they understand that this little plan that they had, this little idea that they had, this little message that they sent out about you, it's got them up late at night. It's got them worrying. Because like I said, everybody is seeing how this person lied about you. They're looking at you and it's like, there ain't no way collective is like that. We ain't never seen nobody that's doing all this dirt be blessed like that. See, somebody, they want to keep it in. They don't want to talk much now. They don't want to really be seen now because they know everybody know they lying. And that's for them to have to go through. Because see, they didn't think about whenever they was jumping out there doing this shit, doing this reckless shit, that they shouldn't have done that. They didn't think about how it could have got you caught up, how it could have got you hurt. But now that somebody's doing that same thing to them, they thinking about that. Like, damn, I could have got hurt. That shit ain't the truth. Are you fucking kidding me? Why somebody putting my name out there? Why are they saying my name in vain? Why are they doing this? Why are they doing that? And they making up all these bold ass lies. And then this person's sitting here thinking about you. See, it's hard to get mad at somebody else for doing some shit that they just did to you. This is why this person realizes they're going to have to step to you. Because you're not going to step to them. This is justice. You are getting justice from sitting there, not saying nothing, not doing nothing, not raising a finger. Because you didn't do anything in the first damn place. You didn't cause no drama, no trauma. That was somebody else. Now they caught up and they, because they caught up and stuck because of their lies. Because of them trying to do this shit behind your back. And now that this shit has been done behind their back, they understand how it feels. This has almost got them caught up. But more importantly, they got caught. See, they put the same energy out there to you that somebody put out to them. And like I said, now this person is in their feelings thinking about you. Hey, Addie. All right. All right, Addie, I'll look for the email. See, this person didn't think that everything that they was working on against you was getting ready to turn against them. And not only did it turn against them, they almost got seriously hurt. This person is thinking about how they just went out there, how they was trying to lead the charge. Now they wish that they would have led the way when it comes to trying to squash this bullshit, trying to come up to you like an adult before and ask for your forgiveness, trying to get their name right and say, you know what, that wasn't the truth. I made that shit up, because I feel like they feel like they would have had more respect from their peers in the community had they said, you know what, that wasn't the truth. I don't know why I said that bullshit, but it sure the hell wasn't the truth. As opposed to everybody had to find out the hard way that that motherfucker was lying. And the reason that they even found out that that motherfucker was lying, because like I said, God's going to give to you what you give to somebody else. So if you don't want your name misappropriated, used in vain, put in these particular situations and scenarios, it's probably a good idea that you don't do it with somebody else, especially if it ain't the truth. Hey, thinks like a lion. Hey, SNK Pokey, how are you? See, now somebody's watching you, and they be watching you work. You know, and maybe what you're doing as you're working is you are actually protecting yourself. And you may be protecting yourself from somebody that they was working with. And now they realize that this person that they was working with had no good feelings towards you, didn't want to see you prosper, didn't want to see you do good. See, they have this idea that they was going to have some type of stability, that they was going to have this wish fulfillment if they, like I said, they was clout chasing. But now they realize that clout didn't get them nothing but depressed. Somebody had to realize there is no clout. There is no clout. You didn't say anything to protect yourself. You didn't raise a finger. You didn't utter a syllable. You didn't shake your head. You didn't do anything. You just kept doing you. And that was the best protection that you could have done. Because that's when everybody knew that you was victorious. That's when everybody knew that you was not to be played with. That's when everybody knew that you had nothing to have to protect yourself from. See, somebody was trying to hold back from, talking to somebody else. Like they was trying to hold back from clearing the air. And somebody had even told them to clear the air. Somebody even told them to tell the truth. Somebody told them to tell the truth. Somebody said, tell the truth. Settle this shit. Go on, step up and you're going to have to grow up sometime. You're going to have to do this sometime. Why not do it now? This is the best time. Clear the air. That way y'all can put this shit behind you. But somebody was like, I'm not doing it. They was like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Now they wish they would have did it. And that person, now that they see that this person never did take care of it, never did handle this like a man or a woman, this person is even having different plans or different ideas with dealing with this person. They're looking at somebody different, like, damn. And they having to come up with a different plan, especially whenever it comes to all this money. Like, maybe it could have been a situation where somebody wanted, like somebody was lying on you, and maybe it was a sibling, maybe it was your child, maybe it was a cousin, but it was somebody that was lying on you, and somebody older told them, it's not the truth. The truth is going to come out. Forget being embarrassed now. Think about tomorrow. How's it going to look tomorrow whenever you just kept on with this lie? Because, see, you're not even making sense. Somebody told him to go ahead and say the truth. Go ahead and settle this. But somebody didn't. And so now it's like maybe this person was in charge of something, but somebody else has to. This emperor is looking at this person kind of side-eye, like, now I can't leave you in charge. Because you're not the leader like I thought that you was going to be. You're not a leader. You a liar. So this somebody had to come up with a different idea, a different plan. And it took them a long time to think about this. But you know what? What made sense to them is to remove that person, the person who was afraid to speak, and put you in that position. Because they see that, you know what, you the one. You're not afraid to rise to the top. You're not afraid to speak your truth. You're not afraid of anything. If anything, you was the one who settled the score. You was the one who broke the generational curse. You was the star. You was the one that was dependable. You was the one that was willing to heal a whole situation and not hide from a whole situation. So it means something. The fact that somebody else, they couldn't bring themselves to tell the truth until they was being hit with that same lie or a different lie, just as bad. And they know why you not coming to them. They know why you not speaking to them. They ain't stupid. They ain't stupid. You said you refuse to be around this fucking devil. To be around this fucking Judas. That's not you. That is not you. If you have to be by yourself and never speak to this person again, so be it. But you refuse to be around a fucking Judas. I feel like, you know what, you take your life very seriously. You take certain things very seriously. You're not letting somebody push you around, and you're definitely not going to succumb to some foolishness. What's the message, Spirit? What's the message? Yep. Wisdom. What's the message? What's the message, Spirit? Yeah. And like I said, it's taken this person a long time. I feel like this with this emperor, it's taken that person a long time to realize that you was the perfect one. Hey, Crystal Empress Self-Love, I'm allergic to foolishness too. It's taken them a long time to see that you was the star. You was that rising. You was the one who would heal a certain situation, because this person kind of held back from you too. But it's like whenever like they say, when the rubber hits the road, you was the only one that knew how to act, how to handle a certain situation. What's the message, Spirit? Thank you. Yeah, somebody thought that they was going to have their wish fulfillment, but they didn't. It's like all they had to do was be honest. But instead, this person, it's like they didn't know how to handle it. They didn't know how to handle it. They didn't know how to handle, dealing with what came so easily to you. And what came easily to you was deciding that you was going to be happy. Deciding that you wasn't going to sit here and bow down to anybody that was in that devilish energy. This person is realizing that, what, you've done the work. It's like you are able to see people for who they truly are. You're the one who is actually very worldly and very wise. And they thought it was somebody else. It's like, people will sit there and they'll have this idea about you. And the one that they discount out is really the one who is ready to stand up. That's the one who's about it. And I feel like it really hurt this emperor's feelings to know that somebody straight up lied. And like they was too chicken to tell the truth. Hey, Travion, how are you? Like they just didn't have that courage, or maybe they didn't have the discernment to know, that they was being a Judas. Somebody was, yeah, they was just too immature. They was still like a child on the inside. And they was afraid. I feel like this person has had to sit down, had to grow up, and I feel like this person has had to talk to somebody, whether that is talk to somebody, that has a license, like a counselor, psychologist, or they just talk to somebody, that was very close and trusted. But I feel like they had to talk to somebody, and somebody had to tell them, it's time for you to grow up. It's time for you to do the right thing. Because people don't realize when they refuse to grow up, when they refuse to look at life realistically, and something happens, something tragic happens. A lot of times they don't forgive themselves. A lot of times they can't get past that. Hey, Shaylin. They can't get past that. One of my son's friends, he was early 20s. I think he was early 20s. And his mother, God bless her, beautiful, wonderful, loving soul, knew that she had this terminal illness, cancer. And she knew she didn't have a long time. But instead of her son growing up, being mature, and looking at that, the understanding that this is the time that you have. It's like he I don't know, maybe he couldn't deal with it. Maybe he wasn't mature enough or whatever, but he was going here, he was going there, he was doing this, confirmation, he was doing that. He was doing everything except for spending time with his mother. And then one day she was gone. And it was like when she was gone, his mind was gone. It's been close to about 15, almost 20 years. And he still hasn't bounced back. So it's like, people have to realize that Monopoly, Uno, pool, darts, bowling, those are games. But people's lives, manipulation, lying on somebody, trying to scapegoat somebody, trying to put somebody as a black sheep, those aren't games. That's not even funny. People don't realize that until either they're in that same position and they end up getting hurt, or they say this big ass lie about you and you get hurt for no fucking reason. Somebody's under judgment because they refused to grow up when it was time for them to grow up. And this ain't no little child. This is an adult that's just got a child's mind. And now that judgment is here for them, because they're having to go through that same thing. Now they realize they should have stopped some shit long time ago. Now they realize that shit was not even funny. Not even cool. It wasn't even cute. What's the message, Spirit? Yeah. Yeah. See, somebody, they thought that they was going to work on something for them to have some sort of stability. Like they was going to be able to step on your toes. They was going to step on your toes to have some type of stability. They was going to say all this bullshit about you for them for like I said, they was looking for clout. You ain't even know this shit was being said about you. They was looking for clout, all because they wanted this. And all you can do is pray for those people. It doesn't even do you good to be upset at anyone. Because all you're doing is wasting your energy being upset at somebody who's still a fool. Best thing you can do is truly to forgive that person. You ain't got to accept them back. You ain't got to give them a big old hug. But just forgive that person. Like they say, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. See, a lot of times we look for us in other people, but we are not in other people. Just like they are not in us. Some people are just fools. Just meant to be fools. So forgive them for being a fool. Because it's going to come right back around to them. Those foolish ways and those foolish days. And that's when they're going to wake up. So until then, we just keep on moving. Keep moving. Keep doing you. We don't have to entertain it. And we don't even have to be mad at it. Don't even hold that energy from the past. Don't. Let it go. Because it's not your burden. It's not your energy. It's not even going to be your karma. So just let that go. And we sit there and we want to know, why did somebody do that to us? That's not even for us to figure out. That's their journey. They want to lie to themselves. Let them lie to themselves. Because that wheel of fortune, if one thing for certain, two things for sure, it don't ever stop turning around. It never stops turning around. And that fool, they're going to realize how they fucked up a good thing when they tried to lie on you. Let them realize it. Let them realize it. I feel like this King of Cups realizes it. Look at that person's face. It's like they're looking down like, damn, they had these two cups. And instead of putting out love, they was just sitting here trying to cause some type of havoc. Hi, Infinite One. How are you, sweetie? You know? Everything that they was invested in, they invested in some wrong shit because they the ones that can't sleep. So if they want to be sleepless, let them be sleepless. Let them enjoy their own karma. What's the message, Spirit? Anything else from this deck? Thank you. Yeah, because this person, they ain't going nowhere. They're still codependent because they're afraid to use their own intuition. They ain't going nowhere. They're still afraid to go into the forest by themselves, to find themselves, to connect with God. Let them be afraid. Let them stay out there. Let them. But God wants confirmation. But God wants you to know that, you were loved. With this Ace of Cups, you are loved. And God wants you to connect with God. See, this person, they still, for whatever reason, they still fear death. They're still confused about this death and this rebirth. And that means because they haven't gone within through their dark night of the soul. Because once you go through that dark night of the soul, you like, shh, ain't nobody worrying about that. When it's my time, I'm just going to say, God, I'm ready. That's all you can do. You ain't got to sit there and go, oh no, I'm afraid. I'm afraid. I'm afraid. No. Because you've already been through that dark night of the soul. You've already gotten closer to death than what you already know. Hey, Real Dragon. And who knows? Why are people so foolish? We will never know. Hey, Devery, how are you? We will never know. What's that? What else, Spirit? What else? Anything else from this deck? Okay. Yep. They thinking about this relationship. And not just this relationship. They thinking about how they tried to, act like it didn't mean anything. Hey, Ms. Mahogany Drag, how are you? They trying to act like this relationship didn't mean a damn thing, but it really meant everything. This person is going through it. Justice, judgment, and the Two of Wands, they going through it because of a decision that they made. They needed some for real balance in their life. All these twos, the Two of Wands, the Two of Cups, and the Two of Swords, and Justice, which is it's 11, but add 1 and 1, that's a 2, and Judgment is a 20, which is a 2. This person needed so much. They off balance. Look at all these twos. This person, they're the ones that's hurting. They're the ones that's going through. They are the ones that are suffering, not you. They're the ones that's suffering. That's why they want to send this message out, because they understand that what they put out is what they're getting back. They see the value in you now, in this relationship. Now they see it, but they couldn't see it before because they was too scared. They was afraid of their own shadow. So if they're afraid of their own shadow, let them be afraid of their own shadow. If they're not ready to leave the devil, let them feel comfortable and let them stay right there. But don't you be there with them, because that's not your karma. That's theirs. Let them deal with that. Page of Wands. They want to message you about coming, coming to warm, calmer waters. They're trying to ease their own mind, because they know that they were sitting here. Like I said, this person, they was creating some shit that didn't even have to be created, and now they want to sit here and talk about some shit that they invested in. Or now they want to try and talk about trying to invest with you, because they know that you moving forward. You got the game and was going with it. There was nothing that you needed them for now, and they realizing that. Yep. See, like I said, somebody did all this lying, and now all those lies are coming back to haunt them. Because they was too young and immature to have some discernment to realize that, you know what? This shit that I'm putting out there is going to come back to bite me one day. And it's coming back and biting them. See, they was playing the short game. They wasn't playing the long game. The long game would have meant that they was thinking. The long game would have meant that they was loyal. That they thought about everything that they did and said before they did and said it. That's the long game. Because somebody thought about the short game. And that's why all that shit fucked up. They was thinking about the short game with another 2. They needed some balance in their life. Now they in regret. And everything that they was hoping for is done. The word confirmation. You know how people say your word is your bond? They ain't got no word. They ain't got no bond right now. Everybody look at them as a big, bold-faced liar. That's it. I'm telling you, somebody feels like the best thing for them to do is to, walk away from this person and to give the job to somebody else, somebody who's more mature, responsible, somebody that can handle the pressure, somebody that don't have to sit there and do all this, somebody that don't have a problem standing up to other people, somebody that is godly, somebody that got their head on straight, not somebody who is easily mesmerized. Ooh, look at this pinnacle. Oh yeah, look. What's the message, Spirit? Well, she must be thirsty. Can y'all hear her in there drinking? She must be thirsty. Yeah. Somebody, they're realizing that people are leaving their life. People are leaving their life. What is it, little girl? No. You was just drinking. I don't want you coming in here looking on me. No. You was just outside. You just came in the house. You in the house for the night. No. Go play. Go on. I don't care. And don't be talking back. No. You're okay. Go on in there. Go on. I'm not coming in there. You go in there. See, people is leaving this person's life because you know what? They refuse to grow up. They refuse to make a good judgment call. What you say? Nipsey said, what y'all remember that about to give horses who's grooming in the wrong way, but see the gift horse and want to connect and make it as mule Michael Jordan when he slammed on Matumbo. Right. I love my peers. We all different. And it's sad that the generation of gaps got cursed and cut out somehow, some reason I was still connected with no matter what age. Right. See, somebody refused. It's like they refused to grow up. Like they was afraid. They refused to look at themselves, and realize that, that they was a woman or a man. And that's why somebody said, I had you all wrong. I had you pegged all wrong. I thought that you was going to be this type of person. But I see now that you're not. So this is why you was being given the position. This is why you had to fill this seat. And like I said, and it is blowing somebody's mind because, whenever you was young, they never thought that you was going to be the one. They never thought that you was going to be the one that they needed to give the torch to carry the torch across the finish line. But now they see there's nobody better to carry that torch across that finish line. And look at you. You're the only one carrying your torch. You're the only one that was able to carry the torch against the finish line. You're the only one that sees everything clearly. What's the message, Spirit? What's the message? You're okay, girl. You're okay. What's the message? Yep. See, now somebody, I feel like somebody's, they still confused, about like what they thought, how they acted, what they chose to do. This person is still confused, and like they kind of feel like this person don't know how they can make it right, I don't feel like they know how to make it right. They don't know what to do. But this person has a lot of love for you for sure. Now they want to hold you in high regard. But, at the same time, this person is still afraid to talk about, to be honest and put it out there, how they lied about you, how they said these mistruths about you, and how what they said or what they did could have seriously got you hurt. So I feel like that's part of their biggest hang up. The fact that they're not, because when you don't have, it's not even a certain age when you're grown. It's just when you can say, yeah, I did this. When you got that integrity, yeah, that's what I did. I was wrong for that. Yep, I did that. That's when you know you're grown. But if you got to sit there and go, no, well, the only reason that means you're not grown up yet. The only reason, you pissed me off, so why? That means you're not grown up yet. That means you may never grow up. Maybe never grow up. You may always have problems with loyalty. Always have problems with accepting responsibility, because let me tell you, it's lonely at the top. And this is a heavy load. This is a lot of responsibility. Hey, the solar type, how are you? And some people aren't ready for that. Let's keep it real. Some people ain't ready for a lot of responsibility. They still got to be like, okay, bing, recess time. Go on out there and play for a little bit. No, I'll get it together in here. Acting like little children. Shit, at my job, at my straight eight, I don't never get a fucking recess. I got to work to make my money, because I got a federal license. I got it for real responsibilities. I got some real people that I got to talk to, because I got some real bills that I got to pay. I'm not sitting here trying to make no damn excuses of, well, I didn't do that because, no. What's the message, Spirit? What's the message? Anything else from this deck? Well, I didn't think that this reading was going to turn like this today. I was hoping it was going to be funny or something. Shit. This shit ain't funny at all. But yeah, I feel like, you know what? You were just kind of like better off right now doing you. Being thankful for God, being thankful to God, knowing that you made the right decision for whatever decision that you needed to make for you. You made the right judgment call. And like I said, somebody, they're going to reach out to you. They're going to reach out to you. They know they're going to have to, because other than that, it is a wrap. It's a wrap, because you ain't reaching out to them. Like I said, this person, they didn't think about your safety, your security whenever they was out here lying in these streets. They could have been doing all this jap to somebody who was not wrapped too tight, or somebody who didn't want to keep the secret, somebody that just came up to you and was like, yeah, I heard this and that and the other, and started slapping you around, and you like, whoa, what the hell are you even talking about? Then you got to you know, if you pissed off, it's easy to defend yourself. But when you just caught off guard, you're not sure, really sure what the fuck you defending yourself about. See, that's an immature, insecure person. That's that person that play too many fucking games. That's that person who got too much time on their motherfucking hands. That's that person who's all up in that devilish energy, who on nothing but strictly demon time. Because they afraid to grow the fuck up. They afraid to tell the damn truth. They afraid to get some damn healing. So they want to be stuck, and they want you to be stuck too. Because once again, this motherfucker looking for this whole fictitious clout. Some shit that don't even fucking exist. I don't know who this is, but they done pissed me off. So whoever this is, bring them to me. We all gonna take turns kicking their ass. Because they getting somebody in trouble for no damn reason. They getting somebody attacked. And you know what it makes me think of? I don't know if y'all can remember, but this was some years ago. And it was like back in New York. I remember that this girl, she was hanging with these gangbangers, or one of her boyfriends was a gangbanger or something. And there was this young, you know, this teenager boy. He's maybe 15, 16 or something like that. And they were supposed to be friends, right? Well, the girl, she gonna sit here. I don't know if she was trying to make her boyfriend. Like I said, the boyfriend was this gangbanger. He was like in his 20s or something. And he was part of a gang. And I don't know if she was trying to make him jealous, or she was trying to say this or say that. But she blamed the teenage boy for something. And next thing you know, this teenage boy is running for his life. Ran into a bodega, trying to jump behind the counter, but the store owner's like, no, get that shit out of here. I don't need y'all messing up. And he's just looking for a safe place to go because he don't understand what the fuck he's even being chased for. So he trying to leave. They get him. They beat him. They stab him. They unalive him, only to find out that the shit that she done said was a motherfucking lie. All them people, all them gangbangers who unalived this boy, they all got prison time, and they was all crying at the sentencing because they had to go to prison for no fucking reason, because somebody decided that they wanted to lie. Somebody wanted to look like a certain, like somebody was trying to get with them. What was she looking for? Some fucking clout? Now, somebody lost their life. They was unalive. And then the other ones in prison, they done lost their life because they was sent for years, if not life. What kind of fucking sense does that make? What kind of fucking sense does that make? That's what I'm talking about. People need to wake the fuck up. Understand that life is real. If they don't want to be put in a position like that where they got to run down the fucking street trying to save themselves over a fucking lie, and they don't even know what the fuck is going on, they just know somebody is out to hurt them, then they need to stop. They need to fucking stop. What's the message, Spirit? Yeah. Yeah, slides never suck. That hurt my heart too. You know? That hurt my heart. I was so upset when I heard that. What'd you say? $365 Microsoft shut out from within Spark. Corey, new movie. I love people picking up jams and gems. Kick after Homer. P win. Infinite One, what are you talking about? Hey, Mocha Michelle. Yes, he didn't. He did not deserve that. He did not deserve that at all. You know, that was like just like not even right. Let me see. You know, people, I don't know. It's like not until somebody else is in that, not until they in that position. And you don't even want nobody to be in that position. Yes. What you say? I kept telling people don't get into being an accomplice. Not just that, but stop acting stupid. That was just plain, pure evil and stupid. You know? What else, Spirit? Mm-hmm. What else? Yep. Somebody realizing that your cutoff game is strong because you ain't got time to play no bullshit ass games. They may have been under a love spell, but that was because their mind was weak. But you know, yeah, you may have been separated, but you was definitely not alone. And that's why you have to learn the lesson and let it all go. Let all that shit go. Don't be worrying about why somebody did this and that and the other. Let them worry about all that shit. We just know what we know, and that's it. Could have been some sibling, somebody who, like I said, somebody who was jealous of you. You know, yeah, and part of this coven or something. But don't even worry because your grandparents are watching you over you 24/7. Because somebody was afraid of what people thought. That's why they didn't want to let some shit go. Their third eye chakra was closed, you know. But you broke a cycle of misery, stepping away from them motherfuckers, and let go of all resentment. Don't try and figure out nobody else's bullshit. Just work on your own. Separate yourself. They was a deadbeat. Yep. And not of the light. Confirmation. They had to learn the hard way. Never try to mock me. Don't ever try to mock a chosen, an earth angel. Never. This is something that could have started or happened 3 to 5 years ago. And even if it was a child, pray for your children always and let those asses go because they got to learn too. Yeah, maybe something about a special night out and a holiday. Something about somebody that told you something. The tea was just spilled. You know, and maybe somebody was gossiping and you had to tell them, boy, bye. You know? So, Hey, Latasha, how are you? So yeah, something, you know, somebody yeah, and it's because this person is timid. They're afraid to stand up and stand up for themselves. You know, that's all it is they are timid. Hey, Ashina, how are you? But that's not your issue. They have to learn that. That's a life lesson that they have to learn. Acting like a damn whole jive turkey. That's okay, because call a spade and keep it moving. They just didn't know you had this invisible protection. Yep. And this the same person that's always going to play victim. Oh, Lord. Let me get ready to swing the pendulum. Somebody wants to go back. Oh, I know. Just a minute. Leave me alone for a minute. Give me a minute. Just a minute. I'm almost finished. Speaking of always playing victim. Hey, Original, how are you? Let me swing the pendulum and see what it says. Okay, girl, just go on. Go on. I'll be out there in a minute. Go on. I'll be out there in a minute. I know what you want. I already know what you want. Don't come back over here. Don't come back over here. Don't. No. It's not happening right now. I'm just about finished. I am just about finished. Look, I'm just about finished, Sasha. Right? Girl, go on. Go on. Go on. Speaking about always playing victim. All right, let's swing the pendulum and see what the message is, what the answer is. What's the answer, Spirit? And it looks like it's a yes. All right, the answer is a yes. All right, y'all. Let me get off of here and go put my little always play victim, OUTSIDE, for she come back up in here. Okay, here I come. Here I come. I'm coming. I'm coming right now. Right now, I'm coming. I swear I'm coming. All right, y'all. Thank you so very much. I love y'all. I will see you in the morning. And